Not sleeping enough. Could this be the real reason your energy, mood, and even your sex drive feel like they've been drained from your body? Most of us think of sleep as simply a way to rest and recharge. But the truth is, when you skimp on sleep, it doesn't just make you groggy the next day. It can actually crush your testosterone levels, weaken your energy reserves, and silently chip away at your desire and performance. In fact, research shows that getting less than 5 hours of sleep per night can reduce testosterone by as much as 15%. That's a massive hit, especially for men over 60, who are already facing a natural decline in hormones. And yet, most people never connect poor sleep with their declining vitality. So in today's video, we're going to dive deep into the fascinating connection between sleep, testosterone, and sexual health. We'll explore why your nights hold the secret to your strength, energy, and intimacy. And I'll share practical steps you can use to start rebuilding your sleep and reclaiming your manhood. Let's begin with the basics. Why does sleep matter so much for testosterone? Think of your body like a factory. During the day, it's busy producing energy, repairing muscles, digesting food, and dealing with stress. But at night, while you sleep, the factory switches gears. It shuts down production lines that aren't essential and ramps up the ones responsible for hormone creation and cellular repair. Most of your daily testosterone production happens while you're in deep sleep. Specifically, during the REM and slow wave stages, your brain signals your body to release luteinizing hormone, which tells your testes to produce testosterone. If you're not reaching these stages, or if you're cutting your sleep short, you're literally leaving testosterone on the table. Imagine trying to build a house but stopping construction every day halfway through. Over time, the house remains unfinished. That's exactly what happens to your testosterone when your sleep is broken or too short. But here's something many men don't realize. Poor sleep doesn't just lower testosterone. It creates a vicious cycle. When testosterone drops, you feel more fatigued during the day. You're less motivated to exercise, less likely to eat well, and more likely to nap at odd hours. All of this disrupts your sleep further, and the downward spiral continues. It's no wonder that men who consistently sleep less than 6 hours a night report lower libido, weaker erections, and less satisfaction in their relationships. So let me ask you, how many hours of sleep are you actually getting each night? And more importantly, how restful is that sleep? Now let's expand on what science says about this connection. In one study, young healthy men who slept only 5 hours per night for just 1 week saw their testosterone levels drop by 10 to 15%. That's in young men. Imagine the compounded effect in men over 60. Another study showed that poor sleep doesn't just reduce testosterone. It also increases cortisol, your stress hormone. High cortisol not only keeps you awake at night, but also directly blocks testosterone production. It's like putting your foot on the gas and the brake at the same time. Your body gets stuck in overdrive, and your hormones take the hit. So improving your sleep may be one of the most powerful, natural, and free testosterone boosters you'll ever find. No supplements, no pills, no needles, just better sleep hygiene. Alright, let's pause here for a quick recap before we continue. We've learned that most testosterone is produced during deep sleep. Getting less than 5 hours can slash levels by up to 15%. Poor sleep creates a cycle of fatigue, low motivation, and even weaker erections. Elevated cortisol from sleep loss further damages hormone balance. So the key question becomes, how do we fix it? First, focus on your sleep environment. Your bedroom should be a sanctuary for rest. Keep it cool, dark, and quiet. Studies show that cooler temperatures, around 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, promote deeper sleep. If you've ever tossed and turned because you were too hot, you know how powerful this one change can be. Second, establish a regular bedtime. Your body thrives on routine. When you go to bed and wake up at the same times each day, your internal clock, called the circadian rhythm, works in harmony with your hormones. This helps your body predict when to release melatonin for sleep and when to start testosterone production. Third, eliminate stimulants late in the day. Caffeine, nicotine, and even alcohol can sabotage your sleep. Alcohol may make you feel drowsy, but it actually prevents you from reaching deep, restorative sleep. So instead of helping, it steals the very sleep your testosterone depends on. Another often overlooked factor is light exposure. Your body is designed to rise and rest with the sun, but modern life exposes us to bright artificial light at all hours, confusing the brain. If you spend your evenings staring at a phone or TV screen, that blue light is telling your body it's still daytime. One simple solution? Dim the lights in your home about an hour before bed. Use warm bulbs, candles, or just a softer lamp. And consider wearing blue light blocking glasses if you're using electronics. These small changes signal your brain it's time to start winding down. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Easier said than done. For many men, falling asleep isn't the problem, it's staying asleep. Nighttime bathroom trips, aches and pains, stress, or even sleep apnea can all interfere. If you're waking up frequently, first rule out medical causes with your doctor. Sleep apnea, for example, is surprisingly common in older men and can devastate both sleep quality and testosterone. Left untreated, it also increases your risk of heart disease and memory loss. But even without medical issues, simple strategies can help you stay asleep longer. Gentle stretching before bed, avoiding heavy meals late at night, and keeping a consistent wind-down routine all play a role. Think of your evening like landing a plane. You don't just slam the brakes and stop. You need a gradual descent. Create a nightly routine that calms your mind and body, whether it's reading, meditation, or light breathing exercises. Quick reminder, if you're finding this video helpful so far, make sure you subscribe to The Healthy Body. We share practical, science-backed tips every week to help men over 60 restore their energy, improve intimacy, and live with confidence. Now let's dive back in. Let's talk about the relationship between sleep and erections. Erections are actually a sign of healthy nighttime sleep. Most men experience several erections during REM sleep, which keep blood flowing to the penis and maintain tissue health. If you're not getting enough REM sleep, these nightly maintenance erections don't happen as often. Over time, this can contribute to erectile dysfunction. So when you improve your sleep, you're not just boosting testosterone. You're literally strengthening your erections by restoring this natural nighttime process. It's a beautiful reminder that the body is designed to repair itself, if we give it the chance. Another powerful connection is between sleep and weight. Poor sleep disrupts hunger hormones like ghrelin and leptin, making you hungrier and less satisfied after eating. This often leads to late-night snacking and weight gain. Why does that matter for testosterone? Because belly fat is one of testosterone's worst enemies. Fat tissue, especially around the abdomen, produces an enzyme called aromatase that converts testosterone into estrogen. So lack of sleep not only lowers testosterone directly, but also promotes fat gain that further steals your testosterone. This is why many men who focus only on diet and exercise for weight loss hit a frustrating plateau. Without good sleep, the deck is stacked against them. Let's pause again for another recap. Deep sleep is when testosterone and erections are repaired. Poor sleep raises cortisol, lowers testosterone, and harms libido. Nighttime erections depend on REM sleep. Poor sleep leads to weight gain, which steals even more testosterone. So in many ways, sleep is the foundation of men's health. Without it, every other effort, whether diet, exercise, or supplements, will only go so far. Now, some of you may be wondering about natural aids to improve sleep. While I don't recommend relying heavily on pills or supplements, there are gentle options that can help. Magnesium, for example, can relax muscles and improve sleep quality. Herbal teas like chamomile or valerian root can also encourage relaxation. But remember, no supplement can override poor sleep hygiene. Think of them as the cherry on top, not the cake itself. The real work comes from setting up your lifestyle and environment for success. Before we close, let me leave you with this thought. Sleep is not a luxury. It's not something you squeeze in only when everything else is done. It is a fundamental pillar of health, just as important as food and exercise. If you've been struggling with low energy, low libido, or even frustration in your relationships, don't overlook your nights. Restoring your sleep could be the missing link to feeling like yourself again. And that brings us to the end of today's journey. My name is Dr. Alex, and this is The Healthy Body. If you enjoyed this video and want more practical advice to help you regain vitality after 60, Be sure to subscribe and join our growing community of men committed to living fully. Until next time, take care of your body, protect your sleep, and remember, better nights mean better days.